Good morning, students. Today we'll take the seventh file structures program. Okay, so seventh program is to write two list of names. Okay, so we are taking the two list of names from the keyboard and display the matched name, that is same name. If it is present, that has to be matched, okay, co-sequentially. I'll tell you what is co-sequential. So co-sequentially it has to be matched, and then the name has to be displayed. The common name in both the list has to be displayed and also put in a file. Okay, so co-sequential process is a process which works on two files. It is a process which works on two files. Okay, so sequentially it works, and then the operations are done, like it might be merging or intersection, that is you're merging two file content, or finding the common names between the two, such operations, set operations we can tell. Okay, so these operations are performed on two list of names, two list of string of characters. Okay, so that is the co-sequential process. Now the input to this program is a two list of names from the keyboard, and that are sent to the files. So this is file structure program. You have to handle from the files. Okay, and the output is common names are from both the list are taken and displayed. Fine. So that is the seventh program, and we have seen here, see, this is the two list of names. Now two list of names can be given in any order. It is not in sorted order. So I take two list of names. I read the first list. After reading the first list, it has to be sorted. I call the sort function. So it is sorted and stored in list 0, and this is sent to the file, to a file. Okay, this is the second list of names, which is again which will be sorted, and it will be sent to the second file. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, so first list of names and second list of names. Fine. So this is a sorted list. I have the sorted list. Now how the function works: the sorted list, I have to find the common names, same names. Okay, I take two strings and the name is copied to the strings. Okay, so I have the name like yeah, I will store the first name. So Aditya here. Aditya will be stored in the first string. So Aditya is stored in the first string. Okay. So Aditya is stored in the first string, and the second string content is second file content. So these are the contents of two files. I read the first line of first file and the first line of the second file into S1. So here it is Amita, AMI. So you can observe here, when there are two names, I use string compare function to match the content of two file. When I match the content of two file using string compare, this is A and A, it is the same, and this is D, second character is D. Okay, D and M. D is less than M. These two strings are not the same, and this string DAAD, so this is less than AM. So S naught is less than S1. Okay, S naught is the list of names, means S naught contains a name from the first file. Okay, now this is less than the first name of the second file. So the name which is less, there the next line of name is read. Okay, that is pointer is incremented, so that now S naught is pointing to this name, Alashka. Okay, so I copy Alashka here, I cut this. Okay, and I copy the content of Alashka into S naught. So Alashka into S naught. Fine. So Alashka is copied to S naught. Okay, now compare the two strings again. AL, this is AM, so LMN, so AL is less than AM, correct? A and A first characters are the same, whereas L is less than M, so S naught is less than S1. When the whichever character is the smaller one, increment that pointer. So here the pointer will move to the next location. A Next location is Amita. So again, read the next string of line, the next line, and then copy that name or that string to yes not. So it is Amita. Okay, and compare the two strings. Now when I compare the two strings, this is Amita, and the second S1 string array of characters also contains the name Amita. So this is Amita. Both the names are same. When both the names are same, copy it to the third file, output file. Okay, I copy the name Amita to the output file. After copying the name of Amita to the second file, okay, to the output file, Amita is copied to the output file. I increment the pointer. So it is pointing to Anusha, and this again it is incremented. So it is pointing to Kamala. Okay, now in this stage, what happens, we'll see. Okay, so we'll see what happens in this stage. So the pointer is pointing to this location, Kamala, and here the pointer is pointing to Anusha. Okay, and the same name Amita is already copied to the list. Okay, so the same name is present, the common name is present here, Amita is present here. Now copy these characters. Now these characters are read from the file and copied to the string. So Kamala name is here. Okay, Kamala name is here, and here the name what is present is Anusha. You can see by the string compare function, it says that both the names are not same and A is less than K. So this point is incremented, that is you read the next line of name. So L and K, so M N O L M N O P Q. So K is less than L. When K is less than L, again read the next line. When I read the next line, I compare this. It is the same name. So whenever it is the same name, copy that name here. Okay, Lalita is copied. Now increment both. So after when it is the same, I increment to check the next names. So I observe that this is not the same, and M is less than Z. So increment this point to null string here. Okay, so it is the end of list. Whenever it is the end of any one of the list, the program ends, that is stop the matching process. Okay, so the comparison how it is done is, read the first line of characters from both the list of file, from both the file, compare the names, whichever is lesser. If it is the same, okay, that is a match. If a particular name is lesser, increment that to the next line, that is read the characters of next line, read the name of next line. Okay, again compare, whichever is smaller, increment that, again read the next line of increment. Means I'm just moving the pointer to the next line and reading that particular name. Okay, after reading, compare again which, if it is the same, display it. Otherwise, whichever a string is smaller, read the next string. Fine, so that is the process which happens. Okay, now there are two functions which is used in this particular program: insert function that is to read from the keyboard, sort the file, sort the list of names and send it to the file. And there is sort function for sorting of names. Okay, the library function which is used is getLine. GetLine function is for reading a string of names, a string of characters or an array of characters from the particular file. Okay, how many characters are read? It is restricted by n, the number n. N indicates the number of characters which can be read, or there is a delimiter which indicates which character indicate when this particular character comes, stop reading. Okay, so the read content is copied to the string. So that is B here in this example. So getLine function, it is an function of file object. Okay, getLine is a function name. B indicates the buffer to which the characters are put. So 100 characters can be put, or till the symbol arrives. Okay, dollar symbol or whichever symbol arrives, the character arrives. It is, should be a single character, right? So this is the function which is used. Okay, now we'll see the program. Okay, we'll see the program. Seventh program, to read the list of names, match the list of names using co-sequential match in a single loop. Okay, and output the list. Fine. So there are three header files which is used: iostream for input output operations, string.h, I'm comparing the names, so string compare functions are used, string function is used. Okay, so string.h library file is required. Now fstream function header file is for file operations. Okay, next, file stream is a class which is in which list is the object. Like in previous program, you are creating the file stream object f1, f2 and f3, so on. Okay, so here a list of file stream objects are created. Okay, so there is a class which has two functions, sort and input function. Input sort function sorts the contents whichever is passed through the string. Okay, string of a two-dimensional string of array, string of okay, a two-dimensional array of characters which contains number of strings is passed to the function. Okay, and how many strings are there, it indicates that is indicated by second. How many strings are there is indicated by the second parameter, so that is for the sort function. The list of array contents should be sorted by this function. Okay, input is the other function. It also sends a it is sending an array of character. Okay, into which the string is the sorted string is copied. Fine, and here we'll see why is this parameter used. We'll see in the functions. Okay, so there is sort function, list of strings are passed, and the count, how many strings are there, count is also passed. So here sorting function is used. Okay, so by using the sort function, you're comparing the two strings. So yes is the array and I is pointing to an index, I plus 1 is pointing to the jth index, that is the next index. Okay, so when I use a okay, so when I use an array of characters, when I'm using an array of characters, suppose this is yes. Okay, so this is an array yes. So if this is the index I, if this is pointing to the index I, means here some character is there, some string is there, and this is I plus 1 index. I plus 1 index is the next index, pointing to the next index, correct? So I plus 1 is assigned to j, so the ith value should be less than I plus 1. Okay, So I value, if it is greater than I plus 1, then the swapping takes place. Okay, so that is the array. So I is the smaller index, j is a bigger index, I plus 1 is assigned to j. Okay, now here you're comparing whether s of I is greater than s of j. If s of I, the smaller index position, the string is greater, then the swapping takes place. Fine. So that is the sort function. We'll just see the main function and come back. So in the main function, there's two strings are present, str0, str1. Fine. First, enter the names in a list of list 1, ended by the termination is indicated by hash symbol. Okay. So you're calling input function, and the first string of names is copied to str0. Okay, so here index, this flag 0 indicates here I'm reading it to the first list. Right, so this is the string function, and I have passed 0 here, indicating that I'm copying the content of the first list. Okay, there are two lists, first list and second list, and the common names out of these two lists must be taken out, okay, and displayed. Now when this is 0, when lnum is 0, means the character, the value passed here is 0. That means I'm writing the content to the first file. Okay, read from the keyboard and write to this file. So open the file list0.txt, and you are opening in write mode. iOS out means you are opening the file in write mode. Okay, we had seen the file stream objects. File stream, there is list of 3. Okay, list of 0, 1, 2, and 3. So 3 file stream objects are there. List 0 is represented for the first list. Okay, and list 1 is represented for the second list. So this is the file stream object for the first list. Okay, now it doesn't go to else. Now read the names continuously. An infinite loop here, there is no condition. Okay, observe, there is no condition. An infinite loop. So when does it end? Whenever you enter hash symbol, it must end. Okay, as per the statement in the main function. So after each read, compare the string, and if it is an hash function, break from this loop. Clear? So read continuously, cin, read the string of names. After each reading, what do? Compare the string, whatever you have read, with hash. So if it matches, okay, string compare return 0 if there is a match. So if it matches, break from this particular for loop. Okay, it comes out. Then call the sort function. So when I call the sort function, sorting takes place. Okay, after the sort function, the list of names are in sorted order. Okay, and all the names are in str variable. Okay, str is a two-dimensional array. In that, list of names are present. Okay, now str content is passed to the file. Num indicates the list. Okay, so I am creating the first list now. So num value, what I have passed is 0. So list of 0 is the file pointer to the first list list, that is the first file. Okay, so I'm writing this sorted list of names to first list. Okay, so with each name I have /n, it is ended by /n. Again, for loop continues. I enter the second name. Okay, it is ended by /n, right? And then close the file. So that ends the input operation, input function. Now enter the list of second list of names. So second list, again input function is called list 1. Okay, so 1 indicates here I'm reading the content for the second list. Okay, again the value passed here is 1. continue this. Okay, so let's start with the LNM value as 1. So it comes to the else part. Open the list1.txt in write mode. You're going to read the names from the keyboard and write to this file list1.txt. Okay, so see in, I'm taking the values from the keyboard and copying it to the string compare function. Check the value what you have entered in the string from the keyboard, what you have entered. If it is hash symbol, then break from this continuous reading process. Okay, after reading the list of names, it has to be sorted, call the sort function, and the content is passed to the list of that is the content which are in there in this array is passed to the file pointed by list1. Okay, so that is list1.txt file. The content of strj is passed. Okay, now what is the situation? The values are read from the keyboard. Two list of values are read from the keyboard. It is sorted and sent to the file. Okay, it is sent to the file. Now I have to read the contents again from the file and write common names has to be returned to the output file. Output file is a list2.txt. Okay, read the names from this file and write to list2.txt. So I read the names using the getLine function. So from the first file, I use getLine function and read the name till 50 characters or till /n is encountered. So after the first name in the first list, suppose the name is Vidya, I had entered, and then the okay, then I had entered the second name. Okay, so it will be like this in the file. So it is ended by /n. I had ended it with /n. While inserting to the file, you have appended /n here. After the name, you have appended /n. So the file is ended, the list of names is ended by /n. Okay, so until it is 50 characters what you read, or /n, this read data is copied to yes0. And from the second file, the data which is read is copied to yes1. Okay, now both yes0 and yes1 contains the first names of both the files. Okay, now if it is not end of file, okay, so if it is not end of file, read the contents. This is the continuous single while loop. One string of data is read. It is not end of file. Some data you have read already. So if it is 0, means string compare function returns 0 when both strings are equal, both strings are same. If it is both the same names, what do you do? Write to the file, okay, and read the next names. Correct? That is the process what you had done. You had seen the example there. So read the list of names and just to tell you. Okay. Yeah. So these are the names which is present. I have read this name Aditya and I have read Amit. So compare these two names. Is it the same? I use string compare function to check both the names. If it is the same, what do you do? Write it to the file, okay, that is output file, and read the next names. Now there Aditya and Amita is being compared. So Aditya's AD is less than AM. So the content of yes0 is less than S1. In such case, read the next line of content to yes0. Okay, so that is the process what was explained earlier. So when AD, this name is less than AM, read the next line of data. So I read Alashka, that is an yes, not the content of Alashka is there, and yes, one will have the name Amita. So compare those two. A is the same, first character is the same. L is less than M. L M N. So L is less than M. So into yes not I read the next name using get line function. Use get line and I read the next name. So when I'm comparing these two, when I compare the two string names, I see that these names are same. When the names are same, I write to the output file. Okay, Amita is returned to the output file, and the next line of data, that is the next name, is read. Okay, so the next name is read means I remove yes into yes not, I read the next name, and into yes one I read the next name. Correct? Okay, so that is the process. Okay, that is the process. After comparing, if the names are the same, write to the file and then read the next names. So if suppose yes not, the first list name is less than yes one, read the next line of name to yes not. Else, if yes not is greater than yes one, means yes one is lesser. If yes one is lesser, read the next name to the yes one. Okay, so this infinite, this while loop, single while loop, not infinite loop, it is a single while loop. You can observe here the single while loop where comparison takes place, and then the output, that is output file, is generated. Okay, and the searching ends when the list ends, any one of the list ends. There is and operator here, so if any one is true, okay, not end of file, right? So any one of the condition is false, then it comes out of the while loop. Okay, so any one list is end of file, any one of the file content is end, then it comes out of the while loop, and then you are closing all the files. Now the content common names are copied to the output file, whereas the output file content pointed by list 2. So where are the common names present? Common names are present in list 2. So I have to display that list 2 to the monitor, or I should check whether there is any content in list 2. Suppose there are no common names, then I should display that no match is found. Okay, so open the list 2 in read mode. So in is pointed as you're opening by iOS in means you're opening the file by using read mode. Okay, read the first line. So if it is null, and the first line read ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, after reading the first line, suppose there is no string at all. If there is no string at all, that means it is match is not found. If there are some strings, okay, some names are there, then it is match is found, and that is displayed to the screen, output screen. Okay, read the next name and display. So this is infinite while loop. Read the next name and display. Continuously read, display, read, display. Okay, and after while reading, if it is end of file, break from this while loop. Okay, and it comes out. So that is the end of the program. So the output is here, you can see list of names are entered. Okay, so ended by ash. Here also a list of names ended by ash. So it may not be in sorted order. Any names can be given. Okay, and the name which is common in both is displayed as output. So uh, that is the program. Fine. Okay, so we'll just see the program if possible, the execution of program. Yes. Okay, I have typed that program, but it's not visible. Okay, so it is asking enter the name in the list one. So I enter some name. I'll take the same example. So fine, you can try to display. It is not taking the values. Okay, it is executed and